I'm going to show you how truly easy it is to screen print at home using StencilPro silkscreen stencils. We will begin by preparing our artwork. When preparing your artwork for use with PhotoEase or StencilPro stencils, first you need to make sure that your image is truly black and white. Here I have my image open in Photoshop application, and before I hit the print button, I just want to make sure that the black is really truly black. In order for me to do so, I have to zoom into one of these smaller areas in the image, and by using the color picker or eyedropper tool here, I will sample the black in the image and open the foreground color to confirm. And as you can see here, the black in this image is unfortunately not truly black, and for it to be black for an RGB mode image, I would have to have all zeros in this field, and unfortunately it's not set to zeros, so I'm going to have to fix it. The way to fix it is by using the threshold function, by going into Image menu, Adjustments, Threshold. Make sure that the preview is enabled, and if you're happy with the default setting, which is right in the middle here, you can just hit OK. If more adjustments are needed, you can slide the slider to the right or to the left. Once you're happy with the result, you can see the black is becoming blacker in front of our eyes. I'm happy with the result, so I'm going to hit OK to save the changes. And just to double check, I will zoom in again, use the color picker, sample the black in this area, open the foreground color, and I'm really happy with the result because my black is now truly black. In RGB mode, it's all set to 0. And I can now go ahead and print the image on the transparency for use with PhotoEase or StencilPro film. Most image editing software will have a function similar to threshold in Photoshop. We're ready to print on transparency and use with PhotoEase or StencilPro. Now that our artwork is ready, we can proceed with making our StencilPro stencil. First, we need to gather all of our supplies. Contact frame is used to hold stencil and artwork tightly pressed together during the exposure. This results in crisp and professional looking stencils and prints. Your artwork printed on transparency. Plastic canvas mesh for washing out the stencil. The StencilPro stencil film is light sensitive before it's developed. That is why it comes in a black plastic bag, so be sure to work in a dimly lit room when handling your stencil material. Timer for timing your exposure. Brush for washing out the stencil. Scissors. You can cut your stencils down to size to save the film and money. Paper towels. Opaque black box filled with tap water for soaking your stencils. And an eco exposure light. Place the clear plastic on the flat surface with the magnets pointing up. Take your artwork and place it over the clear plastic, print side up. The text, if you have any, should be readable, and the picture should appear as it will be printed on a t-shirt. Take your stencil film and lay it down on top of the transparency with artwork. Either side of StencilPro film can be used. Make sure to align it with the artwork and to rub the stencil on top of transparency for better contact. Lay the black board on top of the stencil soft side down and give it a good squeeze. Cover it with something opaque to protect it from light. I'm using the top of my opaque black box. Expose stencil per stencil following the timing chart on the Echo Light box. Remove the top and place the contact frame under the Echo light box. Turn on the light and start your timer. After you have developed your StencilPro stencil, remove it from contact frame. Place it in an opaque box with tap water and let it soak for at least 10 minutes. The longer it soaks, the easier it will be to wash out. It's been 10 minutes and it's time to wash out the StencilPro. Place it on a plastic canvas and give it a good rinse, gently brushing any excess emulsion using a soft brush. Double check your stencil against the light. The pink emulsion should be completely removed from the black portion of your design. Using the paper towel, blot off any excess water. It is very important that you place your StencilPro stencil back in the Echo Light box for at least 10 minutes to harden it. Then let it dry. You can even use a hair dryer to speed up the drying process. Once the StencilPro stencil is dry, it is ready to be used for screen printing. Ta-da! Our StencilPro stencil is ready. This means that we can print our first t-shirt. Gather your screen printing supplies. You will need your StencilPro stencil, plastic frame, ink, squeegee, a few pieces of cardboard, tape, plastic palette knife or wooden stick, and t-shirts. Start off by prepping your t-shirt by placing it down on a flat surface. Place a piece of cardboard inside the t-shirt to prevent ink from going through to the other side. Secure all 4 sides of the StencilPro stencil with tape. The plastic frame prevents ink from getting onto the t-shirt and is also great for multiple prints. Align your stencil on the t-shirt. Now using a plastic palette knife or wooden stick, you can apply the ink and the line on the stencil or onto your squeegee. Lift off your stencil and carefully place it over your next t-shirt and continue with the same process. When you're done printing your t-shirts, be sure to rinse off the ink right away. Place your stencil on a plastic canvas and let it dry. You do not need to rinse off your stencil after every print. The number of t-shirts you can print depends on the amount of practice. The ink can be saved for future use. Just place it back into the ink jar and seal it tightly. Allow your t-shirt to dry at least for an hour. You can speed up the process by using your blow dryer. Once the ink is dry, place a piece of parchment paper over your printed image and go over it with the dry iron for a good few minutes to set the ink. Your t-shirt is ready. Allow at least a week before washing to make sure the ink has been completely cured. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.